I do all sorts of things, honestly. Oh! Win! Be there! Ah!
Yeah, right?
I am Spider-Man!
You just got a whole performance right there.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I've seen enough behind-the-scenes footage of actors in recording booths to know that it can get really physical in there. You guys aren't just showing up and shouting lines into microphones. You're really physical, sort of acting things out, sort of like you would on a live-action set. So I am curious, what is the most physical thing you guys remember doing, the most physical Spider-Man move you ever pulled in a recording session, just to make sure that you got your voice performance perfectly right?
I do all sorts of things, honestly. When I'm in the first movie, when Miles is hitting the bag, I love boxing. I've been boxing a while. But I'll be doing it. Same thing with the efforts. Oh, win, be there. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah, right?
I am Spider-Man. You know, all of that type of stuff.
You just got a whole performance right there.
I feel like I should have bought a ticket to that.
I mean, yeah,
I feel like I owe you like $12.50. Hailee, what are the Spider-Gwen moments that you physically acted out? You gotta try to top that.
Oh, I will not try and top that. But I will say you have to do that. I think a lot of people have this sort of misconception that you are just in a booth in front of a microphone and you do just kind of shout the lines or whatnot. But I think as someone who walked into this only knowing live action, not being able to move is not an option. So you got to get into it. You've got to find a way. I learned very quickly that I had to stop wearing hoodies with zippers because that was an issue. So there's definitely like a wardrobe that no one sees that you have to get that you have to be prepared to wear for sound purposes. But yeah, just getting into it, and I guess it also helps when it comes to like efforts because you can hyperventilate very easily and you don't realize that. So like you do want to like work yourself up and do a couple push-ups or run around in a circle and then come back so it feels more natural.
Yes.
Like I'm sure it is with you guys, since the first Spider-Verse hit theaters a couple of years back, I honestly here in Chicago can't begin to count the number of young kids I've seen dressed up like Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. And it kind of serves as a really cool reminder of how important movies like this are, especially for kids, to see that Spider-Man doesn't have to just look like Peter Parker. So I'm sort of curious, what do you think a movie like this maybe would have done for you guys as a kid? What sort of impact would it have had on your childhood if you'd grown up with Spider-Verse movies like this?
I mean, I already loved Spider-Man back in the day as a kid, so just being able to see this world as is would have just made me just more all in. I see my nephews, and I think it's the coolest thing in the world. Like, they love Miles Morales, and like they can identify with him. They're not dressing up as, the white Peter Parker. They're dressing up as an Afro-Latino kid, and I think that that's dope as hell to witness and to see them like not even think twice about in a way, and not understand the impact of. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I watched this film, I was just like, if I watched this as a kid and I had much idle time, I'd watch this film non-stop. But also the themes are just like, there's a scene that's in like Miles is, I think it's in the trailer, but he's got patties, like he's having patties, and then the guy, the guy from the Caribbean somewhere, I can't remember, I'm not going to say a country to do it, but it's just like, I was like, I know that. I mean, I know that. It was so specific. I was like, I've had that experience, and it was just like that element about it. I just would have loved to I loved Spider-Man as a kid, like the cartoons and stuff. So, but it's like seeing that would have taken it to another level.
This movie really touches on the concept of canon, something that no matter what variation of Spider-Man you are, no matter the universe, these certain specific things are going to happen to you no matter what. So I'm sort of curious, what is canon for actors who play a Spider-Man? Something that, whether it's you guys or Toby or Andrew or Tom, no matter how different your experiences are, something that absolutely has to and will happen to all of you.
As a Spider person, people are gonna they're gonna talk to you about your Spider-Man film. I think that's definitely, absolutely gonna happen.
It is relative to the person. I think there are surely common threads, but I guess there is that.
Yeah.
There's an incredible fan base that I think we do share. One that is unlike any other, and we couldn't be more lucky to have their support, and I can't wait for them to have this.
Is there a part of you that accepts, because I just spoke with Mark Hamill the other day, who said that, look, I'm going to be asked about Luke Skywalker for the rest of my life. Are you guys sort of ready for, you're 80 years old, you're at the grocery store, and still someone come up and talking to you about Spider-Man?
Hell yeah. Oh my God.
Why not?
You talked about themes. I am obsessed with sort of the what if questions that the multiverse raises, sort of that butterfly effect. If this thing had happened in a different way, how differently your life would have turned out. I'm just sort of curious to have fun for a moment. What is a moment in your career that you would love to see the universe where you had made a different choice? A take you wish you had done again, a role you wish you had taken or not taken, a moment where maybe you delivered a line differently. What is sort of the alternate universe you'd be most interested in seeing?
There was a time when I was like 17, and I was like, I almost was a radio DJ. And I used to do like a oneness competition, BBC One Extra, and I had this whole radio thing, and I had my own show, which was at 4 a.m. And it was like extra talent. And then I went there, and then and they were training me to do be a radio host. And then I just wasn't good enough. And then but it was interesting. And there was a whole presenter kind of lane that I used to go in the last round for a lot of presenter jobs when I was 19. So I could have done that. I was interested what I would have become in that. That would be interesting, yeah.
I definitely, there's a moment that I always wonder about when I went to acting school, and one of my teachers, I wanted to be an actress, and one of my teachers, unbeknownst to me, had called the house for me to be a part of this movie. And my mom didn't get the voicemail. It was like an answering machine message till a week later. And I'm like, why aren't you checking your answering machine? So I missed the opportunity. And I always wondered about what that was, what could it have been? But then, I ended up casting my acting teacher in my show a while ago. And it was just such a full circle moment. Like, she just auditioned and I was like, oh, I missed this. And so that was the question. I don't question it as much anymore, but I'm still curious. And I wanted to ask her, but I didn't think that she would remember.
Guys, seriously, they're giving me the wrap. I've got 10,000 more questions for you. But if you can't tell, I loved it. Seriously, I am in awe of this movie. So I cannot thank you enough. Congratulations.
Thank you for that.
Hopefully talking with you guys for the third one pretty soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care, bye. Good to see you.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.